An 8th card. Archer, Assassin, Lancer, Saber, Berserker, Rider, Caster. 8th card. Who the fuck is the 8th card? That is all the heroic spirits. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Maybe it's not a new heroic spirit, or maybe it's something else. Let me think about it. Okay, so Fate Kaleid takes place in the Fate Stay Not timeline. That's exactly where this takes place at. That's exactly where Fate Kaleid takes place at, so I gotta think about this from that perspective. So, yeah, let me make sure I got all of them. Assassin, Archer, Lancer, Berserker, Saber, Caster, Rider. There's one more. 8th card that was revealed this episode. Who the fuck is this? Wait a minute. All the heroic spirits, all the cards, are specific people that are taken from Fate Stay Not. They're all the heroic spirits from Fate Stay Not. Which heroic spirit was not? Which heroic spirit was not in Fate Kaleid in the cards? See, Rider, Archer, Caster, Lancer, Soldat, Berserker, Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh. Are you telling me that this 8th card is Gilgamesh? No way. No fucking way. It can't be Gilgamesh. There's no way. But it seems very obvious that it would be Gilgamesh because, I mean, all the heroic spirits have been shown. All of them from Fate Stay Not. And so the only one that's left that could possibly be number 8 is Gilgamesh. But what would his card type be? Would it be called also an Archer? I forget. I really forget what type of card Archer really was in Fate Stay Not. I really do, but still. I mean, Gilgamesh? Am I correct about this? This is just a theory, but am I correct? Because that's the only thing I could possibly think as an 8th card being introduced at the end of this episode, or the season finale. So, today is the final episode of Fate Kaleid Season 2. It comes to an end. Now, the good thing is they announce a Season 3 right at the end of this episode. Literally, there is a Season 3 announcement right after the ending song. You get to see them announce that the next season will air next year, most likely around the same time as, Season 2 of this series aired. So probably next year, in the summer, we will get Season 3. So I am really hyped up for that, because even though, Fate Stay Not is upon us, even the Heaven's Feel movie is upon us from the Fate series, we will still have something to look forward to. For instance, Fate Kaleid Season 3. So I'm really hyped up about that, and I am so glad that, Fate series is getting a lot more popularity. I'm glad, a Season 3 of this series is coming out, because it does have an interesting story to tell, because it is slowly building up with these seasons, and it must be selling fucking well for them to announce a Season 3 already. So, yeah, it's definitely selling well. Okay, so, pretty much for the most part, this final episode was mainly setup. I mean, it finishes the fight with Bazit, and you see, her get defeated. And so, that's pretty much the main concept there. She gets defeated, she goes back to the Mage Association to settle up the matters of what she could possibly do about the card being inside of, Kuro, and figure out what she can do with that, mark on the back of her neck that supposedly, attaches her to Illya's life force, even though it was a lie by Rin. So, for the most part, like I said, this episode was just finishing off the fight, setting up for the next season with this 8th class card that most likely is Gilgamesh. I'm almost 100% certain it's Gilgamesh, unless they're going to take another heroic spirit from another series I don't know of. For instance, it could be Fate Prototype. I don't know. I haven't actually watched or read Fate Prototype, so I don't know what type of heroic spirits are actually in that, game or, anime. I don't know. So anyways, besides that, the episode is very basic. It's a very basic episode, but it really gets me hyped up for Fate Stay Not coming out. Because, I mean, there's so many specific scenes in this episode that really gets me hyped up for Fate Stay Not coming out in, like, a couple weeks from now, like 3 or 4 weeks from now, or less than that, probably. I'm really hyped up because, as we all know, Fate Stay Not is going to take the route with Archer. Oh my god. Okay, I love Fate Stay Not. My hype is so real right now. my hype is so fucking real, because I'm gonna have to go with a couple weeks without Fate Stay Night, or not Fate Stay Night. I'm gonna have to go for a couple weeks without Fate Kaleid and have my hype just increase because I'm waiting for Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works to air. I'm serious right now. My hype is so fucking high for that series. I really, really want that series. It's by far the most anticipated series in my eyes to watch. Seriously. Out of all the anime next season, Fate Stay Night. Fate Stay Night, Seven Deadly Sins, and then, you know, it would be Psycho-Pass 2. But Fate Stay Night, man. I really need that Fate, and it's sad that this series comes to an end, because I want to have to go a couple weeks without the Fate greatness. So, for the most part, this episode was good, and Season 2 of, you know, Fate Kaleid has been rather enjoyable. It's actually been a massive improvement to overall the series from the first season. The first season was very good. It was just pretty much hunting down all the cards, and Episode 6 had a really badass scene with my boy Archer coming back, even though it was Kuro, but still, my boy Archer, and then at the end with the berserk of, you know, Season 1. This season, for the most part, has really ramped up the quality because we have Kuritsugu, we have, you know, Illya's mother come in, we have the entire bit with how Kuro comes in, and pretty much she's now part of the main cast. There's a lot of foreshadowing and build-up. We get to see Bazit, you know, introduced a couple episodes back. So, I feel like Season 2 of Fate Kaleid has been a massive overhaul and improvement to the story and characters, and it's really put it in the right direction. So, here is the big thing. I am really hyped up for Season 3, but that's going to be an entirely another year until we can see that. So, right now, I'm going to just rate this, you know, Season 2 as if, you know, it's the final for now. So, factoring out my entertainment value. I'm not going to factor in my entertainment value, my fanboyism towards, you know, the Fate series. I want to cut out my fanboy towards, you know, Fate Kaleid. And I'm actually going to give it a proper rating. Fate Kaleid, for the most part, is a spin-off series that I really can't take as serious as the original Fate series, like Fate Stay Night or Fate Zero. But Fate Kaleid is a very enjoyable watch, and I have enjoyed it. If you're a big Fate series fan, you'll definitely enjoy Season 1 and Season 2, and Season 2 has a lot for any fanboy of the series. But factoring out fanboys, if you're coming into the Fate series without all this knowledge, the series can be a little bit generic at times. It really can. It can have, you know, some of these lolly aspects that we see a lot in other anime. It has the lolly fan service that probably some people can be against, and it even has Yuri lolly fan service. So, a lot of people I can see can have something against this series, and it definitely kind of puts a bad reputation to the Fate series, to be completely honest, because Fate series in general has had a very mature theme to it, especially with Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night. Haven't played the other games, so I don't know. I'm sorry. Or I haven't actually watched or played the other games, so I don't know. But I feel like Fate Kaleid, for the most part, the best way you can enjoy this series is by being a major Fate fan and watching the original series before you watch this, and it really makes your overall enjoyment of the series a lot better. But if you're walking into this series just for a magical girl anime and you don't really know much about Fate, you'll most likely think this is a very generic or average series. And for the most part, it hasn't done nothing that is so fucking impressive that it is just outright amazing. It hasn't done that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Fate fanboy. I'm gonna be honest here. But it is not something so impressive that I feel like everybody should just watch instantly. It's not. Fate Kaleid is definitely not like that. And so, for the most part, I would rate this series a 7.5 out of 10, Season 2 I would. It was a really good. And remember, I'm factoring out my entertainment value. I am. Because I want this to be a very unbiased review. But, I mean, of course, I'm still having some bias towards every review is a bias. But, I mean, I just want to try to give this a proper rating. And looking past, you know, just, you know, all these iconic characters. So, I enjoyed it. Go give it a watch if you've yet to watch Season 2 of Fate Kaleid, because it was an enjoyable watch, and I recommend it to all fans of the Fate series. And most likely I'm going to get this question too if anyone's watching this series for the finale and you haven't actually watched the other Fate series. If you want to start the Fate series, start with Fate Zero and watch it before Fate Stay Night coming out in a couple weeks, because you need to get prepped up for the badassness and make sure your body is ready for Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. So, everybody hopped up for that Ren greatness coming up in a couple weeks? Everybody hopped up? Everybody hopped up for my boy Archer? Get ready for some badass shit in a couple weeks, because my hype is going to blast through the fucking roof, and I'm going to be a straight out fanboy. So anyways, you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.